just because someone's incarcerated doesn't mean they shouldn't have access to medical treatment for any medical condition. I mean, particularly something that is just been proven to be so effective at saving lives and also reducing recidivism, decreasing criminal activity. Like MAT is just, or medication for opioid use disorder, is just tried and true since the 1950s, proven treatment for someone that has an opioid use disorder. The fact that someone gets incarcerated and loses access to it is just the worst thing for that patient, and most of the time the worst thing for the community that patient's coming from too. So, and then, when you look at the worsening overdose rate in Richmond, highest overdose rate in the state of Virginia, you think about the one thing that we could do to help the highest risk patients, it would be getting those high risk patients access to treatment. So, that is the biggest, that's the most important intervention to affect the opioid overdose rate in any area where it's denied, but certainly here. The classic story, which I've seen so many times, is someone gets incarcerated, their dependence on opioids goes away if they stop using when they're incarcerated, and then when they're released, they use opioids again, and because their dependence has gone away, they use the same amounts and they experience an overdose. And there's a lot of death related to that. So, the patients that I see are alive because they walk in my door. I think there's certainly a lot of patients out there that we've lost that I frankly don't know about because the information's not available to me unless like their friend or family member tells us about it. So, not only that, but the absolute horror of going through opioid withdrawal unnecessarily. So someone getting incarcerated, their substance disorder may or not have been going great, but someone who's taking treatment every day, who's dependent on buprenorphine or methadone, who gets incarcerated, and then we force them to go through withdrawal just because they're incarcerated. And gosh, it's just, it's illegal, it's morally wrong, it doesn't make any sense.